This year, I transitioned from teaching middle school course subjects to teaching second grade. And let me tell you, nothing had prepared me for the amount of centers and games I had to create. I spent an inordinate amount of time scrolling through YouTube and Pinterest to find activities that fit this criteria. 1, the games had to be minimal prep and basically free. 2, they needed to be something that the students could learn quickly or do independently. And 3, it needed to be fun. These needed to be high interest so that my students actually enjoyed them and had fun learning their sight words and spelling terms. Hello, Marielle here, and today's teaching tip is about sight word and spelling games that are tried and true in my second grade class. Each game or activity was selected by my students as their favorites for me to share with you. Check out the time codes below in the description box to help you focus on individual activities. I will begin each section with a quick overview of the game, including the materials needed, if any, and then I'll share some insider tips I learned along the way. Be sure to stay until the end when I show you my students' favorite word workstation. Game number 1 is telephone number. You will need a large whiteboard for yourself and mini whiteboards and markers for your students, or paper and pencils for them. This game is from the YouTube channel Funky English and is genius in its simplicity. Begin by creating a simple telephone number grid with numbers 1 through 9 and 0 on a large whiteboard. Write one word under each number like this. Each student should have a whiteboard and marker or a piece of scratch paper. Tell the students that they're going to guess the telephone number by listening to the words you read out. Then proceed to read the words out loud. I like to begin with just 3 or 4 words like this: look, good, and shook. The students then write the corresponding numbers down on their whiteboards or paper. For example, it would be 2, 6, and 7. Next, call on a student to dial your number. I like to have the students pretend to actually dial the number in the air and then call me. For example, they might go, okay, 2, 6, 7, ring, ring. This is where I like to throw in an extra prop, like an old phone, and pretend that I'm getting a call from them, like this. Hello? Yeah, this is she. The White House. Oh, that's exceptionally kind of you, but I'm actually a second grade teacher. Oh, no, I'm not available to be the president. No, I understand. No, thank you. What was that? Oh, yeah, of course. All right, thanks. Bye. They said to say hi. The kids love playing this game, and after a few rounds, I start increasing the number of words in the telephone number, or I let the students be the teacher and read out the words for the class. They especially love being able to use the phone to have a conversation. Game number 2 is Erase Race. This one comes from the blogger Tickled Pink Primary. You will need a large whiteboard for yourself, an eraser, and mini whiteboards or markers for your students, or paper and pencil for them. Begin by writing one of your words super large on the whiteboard. Tell the students that when you say go, they are to write the word as many times as they can on their whiteboards or paper. When you say stop, they are to stop writing and count how many times they legibly wrote the word. However, here's the fun part. As they're writing the word over and over and over again, you have a student volunteer who is at the front of the class furiously erasing the word as soon as you say go. Once they're done erasing the word, yell stop, and the students count how many times they wrote the word on their individual whiteboards. The students love playing this game with a regular old eraser, but let me tell you my super secret weapon. The dollar store Carmint. Yes, something about this $1 floofy thing makes kids go bonkers, and they will actually fight each other to be the one who erases the board with the mitt. Game number 3 is Write It, Build It, Cover It. This is a version of a game that I saw on the channel Hand to Mind. This game does require a few supplies, but they are cheap and easy to prep, and most of them you probably have in your classroom already. You'll need the worksheet, which I linked in the description box, a plastic sleeve or page protector to put it in, a dry erase marker, a set of Unifix cubes that have all the vowels and consonants written on them, and any sort of small counter or manipulative. Even dried beans would work, but I have these small plastic counters. The steps are simple. Print out a set of the words you want the students to practice. They begin by writing the word in the Write It box. Then they build the word using the Unifix cubes. I've decided to make the consonants blue and the vowels red. Teacher tip: use the oil-based Sharpies to write on the cubes. The writing lasts much longer and won't rub off with use. Next, the students spell out the word by covering each letter with the counters. I've placed the letters in a QWERTY keyboard layout so that students can begin to recognize the layout pattern. And that's it. Very simple, but the students enjoy the tactile nature of it and being able to practice their words in a different way than just pen and paper. Speaking of keyboards, game or activity number 4 is simply keyboard typing. I rescued a bunch of outdated and broken keyboards from our IT department that were destined for the e-waste bin and set them up on a few of my extra tables and desks. The students just bring their sight words or spelling list over to the station, stick the list in the top row of the keys, and type away. I'm gonna be honest here, of all my games, I totally thought this one was gonna be a dud. But let me tell you, if you ever wanna see a group of 7-year-olds battle each other over a busted up set of keyboards, then take out this game and watch them go to town. Finally, our 5th activity is letter stamping. Wait, before you totally bail, let me explain. There are 2 supplies that you will never see in my 2nd grade class: ink stamp pads and glitter. But I also recognize that stamping out letters is kind of fun, and I probably shouldn't totally deny my students the experience just because I don't like cleaning up the mess, but they're still never gonna get glitter. Want to know my secret way to use stamp letters without the stamp ink? Play-Doh. Have them roll it out and stamp the letters directly in the dough. I'll link the letter stamps I use in my class, but you can use any letter stamps that you have. It's a super fun and awesome independent station that turns out to be my students' favorite way to practice their word work. Interested in more tips about how to make learning fun? Then check out this video that will show you the one quiz my students actually begged me to take. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time with another quick and nerdy tip about teaching, technology, or time management. See you then.